Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, and I'm getting back at this. Took a little break for the holiday season from my backstage live with Cindy Rowe. So today, I don't have a special guest joining me, but you get me. So I thought I would just kind of recap what happened last year, what to look forward to this year, and then give a little scoop about me and my business, as well as things that I'm up to. And then open it up for some questions if I get any live viewers. So if you're watching this on the replay, give me a thumbs up or say something that you're watching on the replay. If you are here with me live, say hello, drop a little thumbs up or a comment. I would love to see you here. So last year, I started live backstage with Cindy Rowe on March 2nd. And since then, I have had 31 business owners join me. So it was an amazing year. And what I loved most is some of the people I knew, some people were actually are actually my clients, but some of them were not. And some of them I didn't know who they were, much about their business, and I learned so much. And in fact, just enjoyed chit-chatting with people, right? And like learning about their business, learning about their struggles, and knowing that we're all in this together, that it didn't matter what kind of business we were in. It seemed like we had the same kind of struggles. So, and that was really the purpose that I started this. I don't even know, live video show, I guess, is that I wanted people to know that regardless of if they're in a small business, if they're just an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, that we're all dealing with similar issues, and we can bond and we can and come together and maybe feel not so alone, because let's face it, owning a business, you can feel pretty lonely at some time. So just really excited that I got some of the guests on my show, and hearing their stories. And the great thing about some of their stories is that they're surprising, right? Like what they've overcome, what they've done. And we realize that being a small business owner, it's not always easy, but for most of us, it's always worth it. So, really excited about continuing on. And so far, I have my guests booked through the end of February, and waiting on a couple confirmations for March. But I have people joining me that have been in business for a really long time. I have people that have been in several different businesses. So whether the business failed or they just decided to grow out of it and start something new. I have people that are freshly starting in their business. So I am so excited for this next year. So I hope you plan on joining me here live every Wednesday. If you're watching, whether it's right now or on the replay, I have a question for you. So the show is always at 2 p.m. on Wednesdays. And I was thinking maybe there's a better time. Now, I'm going to stick with Wednesdays just because it's easy for my schedule. But what do you think about like a 12:30 show? That I'm kind of playing around with that idea, or should I just leave it at the 2 o'clock? So if you could please be so kind and comment whether you're watching this now or later, I would really, really appreciate it. So a little bit about me, because I have yet to share my story about my business. So Cindy Rowe Marketing started a little over 5 years ago. I actually had been in marketing all my career. And I decided after a while, that corporate world wasn't for me. In fact, I always had it in my gut that I wanted to own my own business, and I really didn't know what that was, even though I was in marketing. And I had the opportunity to be part of an amazing multi-level marketing company that allowed me to leave my corporate job. And I did that. And about 6 months later, I realized my life wasn't fulfilled, and I didn't see myself doing this for a very long period of time. And everybody used to comment about how awesome my social media posts were. And it was like a big light bulb went on. I was like, what? Duh, that's what I do. I do marketing. So I decided to start my marketing company, Cindy Rowe Marketing, and never looked back, really. So, little side story, a few years prior to that, while I was working full time, I did start a consulting business called 1031 Marketing. And at the time, it just wasn't right. It wasn't the right timing. And I learned some valuable lessons, but never went forward with it after about 6 months. So Cindy Rowe Marketing blossomed. I will blame or credit, I guess, not blame. I'll credit networking as the biggest factor in my early success. And I had some friends that had businesses that were kind enough to let me do some marketing for them to build up my portfolio. And getting out there, getting my name out there, doing good quality work really is how I got started. And then I started getting referrals for my business, and the rest is history, right? So every business has a good story. Every business has some ups and downs. Well, shortly after I started my business, I went through a divorce, and obviously we don't get married to get divorced, and it was a big life change, right? And so I had to pivot a little bit. I had to figure out how my new life was working with this business and not having two incomes, but just having my business income. So learned a lot from that. The following year was 2018, and most of you know my story about that. I was in a horrible car accident where I was unable to really work full time, really unable to work for a while, for several months. But my clients that I had at that time never left me. And for me, I realized that that was I had built my business on integrity, and it was a big pat on the back for me. And I feel like some small business owners probably feel the same way, because sometimes it's hard to judge how well we're doing. It's not like we get a performance review from our boss. Obviously, you can tell if you're growing or if you're shrinking, but that to me was a huge performance review from my clients. They were more worried about me surviving and getting better and healing than working on their business. And I knew from then on that I had made the right decision on running a marketing company. So fast forward through that year of 2019, because it was the end of 2018 that I was in my car accident. It wasn't until summertime that I was able to really work several hours and then try to acquire additional business so that I could pay the bills, right? So at the end of 2018, like most business owners, we create goals or a business plan for the next year. And one of those goals for me was to host a workshop for small business owners on social media marketing. And I was really discouraged because it was the end of summer, only a few months left of 2019, and I have yet to have my workshop. And I vented to a friend, and he said, "Well, what are you talking about? You have plenty of time." And I decided that there's no more excuses, that I was going to host a workshop. So actually, the next day, I went and found a location, I secured the date, and I started putting it out there. So in October of 2019, I hosted my very first live in-person workshop, social media workshop. Now, I had a goal of 20 people. I would have been thrilled with 20 people, but I sold out and had over 50 people at this workshop. And the cool thing is, and I feel like this is the kind of community that I want to bring to um, this live show, is that we help each other out, that we support each other, that we're there cheering each other on. So I shared my story about my goal of having 3 workshops in 2019, and this was my first, and it was already nearing the end of October. By the end of the day, I had received an email from somebody saying, "We would love for you to come speak at the chamber." I had another person say, "If you need a location, you can use mine for free as long as I can plug my business at the beginning or at the end of your speech or your presentation." And I was like, this is amazing. So I was able to reach my goal, and it was because one, somebody pushed me and said, "You can do it, stop making excuses." And two, I had other people believe in me and encourage me to do it. And again, take away the excuses. So by the end of 2019, I hit my goal of the workshops. And I realized at that point that education was a big part of how I wanted my company to grow. So I wanted to be known as the go-to person to educate small business owners on social media marketing. And so not only do I have clients, but I love doing workshops. And we all know it happened in 2020, and it's still happening today. But my third hurdle for my business would be COVID, and learning how to transform and help my customers, my clients pivot during this time. Now, I think I lost one client, and I wasn't surprised, to be honest, that I lost that client uh, because of COVID. But I had to ensure and encourage and pump up my current clients and change the messaging, right? Because a lot of what I do is social media marketing management for small businesses, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. And so the message had to be different because our businesses were different. And but I had to also let them know that they still needed to market their business, that COVID was not a time to shut it off. So it was a little bit different type of work, but nonetheless, it still shifted my business somewhat. So then we go into 2021, and the big year. I get to celebrate 5 years of business, and it was exciting, and lots of positive, good things. I got a referral from one of my current clients that had me doing a project that I could only dream about. So that finished up this last December, and now we're into 2022. And so what I hope 2022 brings to Cindy Rowe Marketing is more training. I have a private Facebook group that I will be doing more in-depth training, whether it's quick videos or little blog posts or whatnot, that I'll be putting in there. So if you are on my main page, my main Facebook business page, you're not going to see all the good stuff. So I will actually add a link at the end of the video where you can find out how to get into the group. Now, if you know me, if you've been following me, if you know me personally, I'm not a big salesperson. So don't feel like you're going to be sold to or pushed to buy anything. That's really not my jam. Um, Hopefully, I provide you with great information and you learn from me and you want to do business with me. So, or share my name if somebody you know is looking for marketing help. So I get a lot of questions of what exactly do you do? So I have almost 25 years experience. It's scary to say that out loud um, with marketing, but really I do everything under the sun of marketing. I've done it all, anywhere from graphic design to content creation, social media marketing management, website designs, special events, trainings. I do social media coaching for those people that still want, to hold on to their business and not ready to let go to have somebody else do it, but need guidance. I do that. Uh, Strategy sessions, rebranding, branding, all those fun things. And if you go to my website, yeah, that's on the little ticker there, you can see all my services. But the other cool thing that I would like to share with everybody, so I own Cindy Rowe Marketing, and last year I had a dream and I had it 3 days, three different times, the same exact dream. And I feel like that was a sign. And when you have a dream 3 times and you are somebody like me, you do something about it. So I launched a kindness apparel line called Be Kind Crew, and I will actually add that to the screen. And what we do is we have kindness apparel, right? And it's more than just apparel. It is a company with a purpose, a company with a mission to promote kindness. So the cool thing is with every purchase that you make of one of our apparel items, we will actually do a random act of kindness on your behalf. And we will send you a random act of kindness to do. So we're spreading kindness, not only by wearing it and encouraging others to be kind to one another, but we're actually encouraging more random acts of kindness because we know that this world needs to be a little bit kinder. So, but that's really exciting for me. To do that. I'm actually doing it alongside with my children. They're a little slow to join in the everyday activities, but I'll get them there. But really, that's all I have to share with you about last year, upcoming guests for this year. And so I thought I would just let this floor be open for a minute or two, see if I get any comments, questions. I am open. You can ask me any question. It does not have to be about me. It does not have to be about my business. You can ask me a question about your business. You can ask me a question about social media marketing. You can ask me whatever. Floor is open. If it's appropriate, I'll add the comment. If you're watching this on the replay, please know that if you ask a question, I will respond to it. But now is the time to ask me any questions. I did have plans to do this throughout the December months, but I was wrapping up my big project and never really got around to it. So I do apologize for that. So if you have a question for me, not necessarily about me or about my business, but about marketing in general, please drop me a comment below and I will respond to it as quickly as I can. But I am super pumped and excited for 2022, seeing where I can go. If you have an idea for an upcoming Lunch and Learn or live training, please let me know. I'm always looking to see what you guys want to learn about, not necessarily what I feel like you guys want to learn about. yeah, so I see there's several people on. Don't be shy. I'm going to have a drink of water. If we have any questions about marketing, my business, your business, any input on upcoming trainings that you'd like, what kind of content do you want to learn about? What is bugging you? Hey, and have you checked out I did a training session, was it last week or the week before, on Facebook Marketing 2022. If you missed that, it is actually pinned to my Facebook page, which I will be unpinning later today to put this video on, but you can check out my YouTube page, or even on my Facebook page, just look up the videos. But it was about a 40-minute Facebook Live that I did that talked about things that you want to do for Facebook marketing this year. We talked about the algorithm. We talked about different types of content, ways that you want to post, how to get more organic reach. So it's really, I feel like it was a very jam-packed 40-minute session. If anybody knows me, you know I can talk. So, well, it doesn't look like I have any live questions. But if you do, if you're watching this on the replay, please drop it here. If you are nervous to post a question, you can always send it to me via Messenger, and I will answer it that way. But I hope that you guys can join me in the upcoming weeks. I have an awesome guest lineup. Let me see who I have next week. I have, who do I have? I can't think of it right now. And I can't see my calendar. Do I have Jay Brandt? Yes. All right. Yes, I have Jay, who is a photographer. He also has other businesses that I'm sure we're going to hear about too. So, and then actually the following week, now that I see my calendar, I have another photographer, Naomi, and we did a project together this past fall, winter. And so I'll be excited to share that project with you guys that I was able to be part of. Women entrepreneurs and the magazine that she put out. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining. And again, if you are joining me on the replay, I appreciate you. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next week.